Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. This video is part of the series that I am making called Zero to Hero Business Central. In this particular series, I already uploaded few videos on my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we are going to go over actions in Business Central. The actions can be located on pages in Business Central. For example, if we have a page, the actions can be located somewhere on the top in here. So there are different kinds of actions that we have. So here if you see, actions are displayed at the top of each page referred to as the action bar. So if we say this as an action bar, the actions can be located over here. So there are different kinds of actions available for different types of reasons. So firstly, if you see over here in this particular table, we have area, syntax, used on, description and example. For example, we wanted to do some processing or we wanted to post some documents, then we can put that action in the area processing. So here you can see post a sales order is basically an example of processing action. And also we have similar actions like creation action. For example, if you wanted to create something, let's say new sales invoice, then we have that action in area creation. And if you wanted to navigate to different page from a particular page, then you can use an action under area navigation. And if you wanted to have some reporting related stuff in an action button, then you can put that under area reporting. So this is all theory, but we are going to see this in action in code. So first let me just open Visual Studio Code. In here you can see we have created employee table and employee page in our last video. In this particular video we are going to create the actions. For example, if you see over here, we already have an action for processing called action name. So we are going to change this name to, let's say, processing action, and in here we are just going to put a message called message processing action triggered. So we can put this message in processing action. Also we are going to create different actions under different areas. For example, now we have area processing is done and we are going to create area creation action button. So let me just copy this one. So I'm going to copy and paste this, and here we are going to change the area to creation, and in here I'm going to change the name to creation action, and creation action is triggered. And let's see what is the third one is navigation area, and let me just copy this area again, and let me just paste it over here. In here we'll change it to navigation and navigation action, and this is navigation action triggered. Let me copy this again and let me paste again. This time we are going to go with the reporting and reporting action, reporting trigger. So if you wanted to have actions related to processing, you can put as many actions as you want in processing area. If you wanted to have actions related to creation, then you can put them under creation area. And if you wanted to have actions to navigate to different pages, then you can put them in navigation. And if you wanted to have actions related to reporting, then you can put those actions in reporting. So this is a logical segregation of the area or the action bar that is available at the top of a page. So let me just publish this one and let's see how these actions will actually look in the UI. So now let us just do login, and let me go to the employee page and see how the actions are over there. In here, if I go to employee page, we have the code related to on after get record. So this is getting executed. But in here you can see we have now different actions like actions related reports. In actions you can see new document creation action and processing action. So under the actions we have a creation action, also we have processing action. So for example, in here if you see, we have the area processing. So all the actions will be shown over here under actions in the processing area. If I click on this one, basically let me just do one thing. Let me just quickly comment out this code related to one of the get record. Now let me go to employee page again. Yeah, now again I'm going to click on processing action. So the processing action is triggered. You can put as many actions as you want. For example, if I wanted to have one more action called processing action 2, and processing action 2 is triggered, and let's see how this actually looks. Now let me go to employee page again, employee page and actions. In here you can see now we have processing action 2, and if I click on this one it says processing action 2 is triggered. So the processing actions are shown over here, and the creation actions are shown under new document. If I click on creation action, you can see creation action triggered. And let me go to related section. In related section basically we have navigation actions, and if I click on this one it just says navigation action triggered. And in reports we have report related actions. So if I click on this one it says reporting action triggered. Also we have one more area, it is called as promoted. If I just do that, let me do one thing. Let me just copy this and let me just paste in here, and let me actually change this to promoted. And in here we need to have action ref, and in here we need to give actions. For example, let's say I wanted to promote this particular action, so let us see. I think I can just call it promoted action, promoted promoted action, and let me just give it this one, and let me just do this. So let us see how the promoted actions actually look. If you wanted to promote, you can also put promoted property over here and then true, or you can actually create something like this, an area under promoted. Let me just comment this out, why it is giving an error. So let us see. The property promoted is not allowed on page action processing 2 because the page object employee page is using action. I think this is not allowed because we are using it here. And if I do this and do this, so yeah, either you can use promoted equal to true, or you can use the action reps promoted area. We are going to use this area promoted, and let me just publish this again, and let us see how it actually looks in the UI. Let me just go to the employee page again, and let me just see. You can see processing action. So if you want any action to be easily available to the user, you can actually promote that action, so it will directly available on the action bar itself, and the user doesn't have to go anywhere. This makes that action easily available to the user, and he can actually click on it faster. You can promote actions which are heavily used or which are needed to be accessed very easily on the promoted category. So that's all in this video. If you like this video, you should definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Also, I'm going to upload more videos in this particular series called Zero to Hero Business Central, and if you don't want to miss them, you should definitely subscribe to my channel. Thank you.